Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second North American online qualifier for the Halo World Championship. Benson joined by Walshy, and it's grand final time, ladies and gentlemen. Leftovers versus Allegiance. Let's take a look at the bracket and find out how both these two teams got here. We'll start at the top side. Evil Geniuses versus Team Liquid was the first quarterfinal. EG 2-0 Team Liquid. Then underneath that, Noble Esports lost 2-0 to Leftovers. Then we had an insane Game 5 on the top side, back and forth all the way. Evil Geniuses losing out to Leftovers 3-2, booking Leftovers in the grand final today. Then at the lower side of the bracket, Let's Get This Money losing out 2-0 to Allegiance, and CLG beating out Lean and Dab 2-0. Set up another pretty exciting semi-final, to be fair. However, Allegiance managed to win that in 3-1. And then we have, as we said, that grand final, Leftovers versus Allegiance, playing for 5,000 points and $1,000, Walshy. This grand final should be pretty good. As we said, not the grand final we expected. I think a lot of people looked at Evil Geniuses versus an Envy or CLG. Envy upset on the day, losing out to, what was the name again? Plumbers Inc., I believe it was?
Plumbers Inc.
Let's go Plumbers Inc. And then, of course, Optic Halo losing out as well in the round of 32. So two pretty big upsets. I think Optic Halo really needing a good result today, didn't have it. Envy is finishing second in the first online qualifier, so crashing out early could be damaging towards their point total. But to today's grand final, Leftovers versus Allegiance. We'll start talking about Leftovers. Walsh, this squad today, they've impressed me. What has been kind of the most impressive thing for you of Leftovers?
I would just say the coordination for how short this team has been together.
Yes.
You're comparing Leftovers to squads like, look at some like an Evil Genius or CLG who have had, EG's had their full roster for multiple seasons already.
Right.
CLG's had 3/4 of their roster for what's felt like close to 2 years now. And you bring in this new squad, Leftovers, who have been formed for what, a whole 2 weeks at this point? Yet they've just gelled and meshed that quickly, and they seem like they've been playing together for years.
Yeah, they're very good for me. Standout play of the day. It wasn't necessarily anything flashy, but it was so crucial. Commonly in that Game 5, Slayer Empire steals Overshield right at the very end. The last OS of the game in a very, very close game of Slayer. Just takes it right from underneath EG's nose, and with that, they're able to pick up the win in that Game 5.
I think my play of the day that I saw would have been the Spartan the Dog camo flag recovery, right? That's a pretty good one too.
Yeah, that was a good one too. That was a sneaky. I forgot about that. That was a sneaky little play out of nowhere. Managed to get that crazy return. But one thing's for sure, this Leftovers squad coming out making a lot of noise today and winning over a fair couple of fans as well. But they're going to be going up against Allegiance. It's going to be no easy task. This Allegiance squad with a dominating performance against CLG. Very contradictory playstyles, I feel, as opposed to a little bit of a faster playstyle from Leftovers. You saw Allegiance play a lot more significantly slower, I should say, in their semifinal. Naded making some phenomenal plays today. Suspect to L-Town and Kratos also playing extremely well. But when you put these two teams together, Walshy, what do you expect to see in today's grand final?
Man, it's hard to envision because this is a grand final neither of us would have predicted starting off the day. But I would expect Leftovers to be the aggressors in many of the game types. So something like if we get to a breakout match, I expect Leftovers to be the one to initiate these fights, to be the one that either is aggressive and ends up losing that advantage or ends up pushing out and swarming as a whole team. So I expect, at least in Slayers and breakouts, for Leftovers to be the aggressors. Yep. The rest of the time, I could see Allegiance thriving in those chaotic situations. We highlighted a couple of those flag caps on Fathom CTF, where L-Town did such a great job of pushing over, getting a kill, and at least making a great attempt at a flag run. One or maybe two of those were converted, but we saw at least 3 or 4 times where he just did such a great job getting that pull and being in the right place at the right time. Yep. So I think that's going to be quite the opposite on objectives. You're not going to see the same passive Allegiance squad. They're going to be passive until the right moment, and as soon as they get those advantages, as soon as they get a kill or two, they're going to swarm as a squad and get either that flag recov, get control of Stronghold, or pull a brand new flag.
That's what I hope to see. I think you need to be aggressive. You can't really be passive against an aggressive team. I don't think that's really going to work out in their favor. But from everything we've seen so far, this grand final, is set up to be a pretty good one. I'm gonna do what every caster does before a grand final. Walshy, give me your official prediction. Who is gonna win this grand final?
The official prediction.
The official one.
Man. I am going to say.
Okay. We've agreed on everything so far.
We'll go with leftovers 3-1.
Leftovers 3-1. Wow.
I actually don't have the game types yet, man. I gotta look at them first
That's
before
convenient.
I make a full prediction.
That's convenient.
I'm
As
just
you
making
say
a
that,
blind prediction.
They appear on my screen. You ready for this?
They appear on your screen? Yes.
Truth CTF, game 1. A Plaza Slayer, game 2. We then go to a Gamble Breakout, game 3. Eden Strongholds, game 4. And to finish out the evening, if it goes the distance, a Colosseum Slayer.
Okay. So given that breakdown, Truth CTF, I look as a toss-up between these two teams. I don't see either one very heavily favored. Plaza Team Slayer, I see benefiting the team that's a bit more passive. I could see Allegiance doing a really good job of slowing it down, setting up, and winning game 2. Gamble Breakout,
yep.
I feel like when I watched Allegiance on Breakout there, I was extremely impressed. So I'd give game 3 once again to Allegiance.
Okay.
So like I said, game 1 toss-up, game 2 and 3 Allegiance. Eden Stronghold, I have not seen Leftovers play too much Strongholds. I mean, they did a really good job on the Plaza Strongholds against EG.
And then threw it away.
Yeah, you know what? I was impressed with their Strongholds play, but at the same time, they've shown that they can fall apart certain times. They've shown that they made the wrong decisions in a couple situations when they could have pushed Yard rather than staying back on their side. So, I guess I'll still give Strongholds to. Yeah, I'll give Strongholds to Leftovers just to make it interesting. We're going to Game 5 Coliseum Slayer, and I feel like a slow, methodical play on that is going to favor Allegiance. So I think it's going to be either a 3-0 Allegiance or a 3-2 Allegiance.
Okay, so now that you had the maps, you changed your mind. You were originally 3-1 Leftovers. I noticed that, Walshy. Don't you worry, I noticed that. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. 3-2 Allegiance, you say. I say I don't really mind as long as it goes to a game 5. That's all I want to see for today's grand final. For now, though, we are going to go to a quick commercial break. When we return, though, in about 30 seconds, the grand final will have begun. Be right back.
Hey there, I'm Andy Bravo-Dadinsky, and this is Breaking Down the Map, the only show you need to take you to the top in Halo 5 Guardians. You may have noticed that some of the Halo 5 multiplayer maps have alternate versions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand final of the second North American Online Qualifier. We can dive straight into the action. Leftovers versus Allegiance for this one. And Walsh, I'm excited to go into this grand final. As we said, Truth CTF is going to be the first map. What are you seeing early on?
I had no idea how to rate either squad on this. Truth is one of those game types that it felt like when we talked about it in Halo 3, there were a lot of squads where it was like, oh, these teams were, you know, much more prominent in Halo 2, so they have a huge advantage on a map similar to Midship. However, now, this game type is so prominent in every single Halo. Every single Halo you have to be used to some smaller arena-type Slayer, and generally Midships kind of set that standard, and every single player here is going to be extremely familiar with a Midship-like map, so I can't really give any huge advantage to their squad.
Flag already away, commonly starting to make his way towards that return, recognizing jumping on that straight away isn't going to be a good idea. Needs to try and slay out, at least pick up 1, maybe 2 kills. Made it, trying to play sneaky, crouch walking away. Does manage to get the flag up, but did eventually fall. Victory managing to pick up that kill, and L-Town should be pinned as well. Beautiful play from Commonly, working well with his teammates. Now playing for the return, gonna get it, and I believe as well, the flag has been pulled from both teams. Immediate counter pull coming out from Allegiance, but beautiful play from Commonly, still on board with him. The enemy flag at the bottom of the base, oh sorry, his flag at the bottom of the base I should say, waiting to be returned, but once again, pulled. So a little bit of a hectic start, Walsh.
Yeah, overall though, like you said, great plays by Commonly. He played that very patient given the situation. The situation being that he had 2 members above him that had had, you know, the flag potentially moving across the map and then also opponent in his base, so he didn't do any sort of wild pushes out or challenges to try to be a superhero at any moment. He just took it nice and slow, went for whatever kills he can get, and in the end, he gets a sick double kick at the stop.
Flag! Oh!
He gets the triple kill, back, is shooting the body as he's running the flag, and very
Commonly's a
wisely,
god!
just in a way, he runs it over towards car side. Commonly,
Commonly's a god.
back to back, you know, that
He's a god.
previous death had great plays, but you gotta wonder, that little fumble at the end, that was a little bit, you know, we'll see if that comes back to bite him, see if they don't get this flag cap, but huge plays by Commonly for leftovers.
Massive play from him. Cloud now, though. Is he going to be able to catch the flag? Oh! He gets it. I thought the Spartan sort of smash was going to come in and potentially shut him down, but it didn't. He does get that flag, so 1-0 in favor of Team Leftovers. Of course, plenty of time to go, though. On board with L-Town, who's being forced to back out there from the opposition base. Expecting Commonly to drop down, and he did. Perfect grenade from L-Town. Just expected that one and read that situation like a book.
Yeah, just great job. I feel like, you know, we kept talking about these certain players that we'd highlight as like the X factor in some of these games or who's going to step it up, but I've seen incredible plays out of L-Town this entire series, and it even goes to note that he has 7 kills so far, the most for his squad in this round. So I'm going to keep sticking on with L-Town through the spawn, because as he gets his flank top center behind Cloud and able to get this kill.
And he gets away as well with his life. Was
And
so
distracted.
weak.
He has at least 2 members for a second there looking at him top center. Right there, he even forced Victory, jump bomb center, chasing after him. And look at that, he has high advantage now on the person that was just fighting him. So much focus is put on L-Town right now, and it doesn't matter. He gets a reversal kill on Spartan the dog.
L-Town is running right now. He's playing extremely well. Gets the flag out of the base as well. Gonna have to throw that one to his teammate. And I believe that could be a way. Looking at Spartan, he was unable to get the kill. Kratos, double kill. Perfect was one of them as well. Pulls out the BR. That's going to be the triple kill. Did he get it in time? I think he may have done. We'll see if he gets the other kill. I think that was just a little bit too much time. Commonly cleans him up anyway, but the game tied at 1-1 with that flag cap coming in from Allegiance.
Yeah, and they just seemed to, they were desperately trying to stop that. But in the end, all 4 members of Leftovers got picked off one by one, and you know, that kind of shows that Leftovers doesn't have their full game together, because when I think of a team like EG or CLG giving up a cap, they don't all 4 die as the flag is being run back. They at least get control of the map. They give up the flag cap for a reason. Whereas in this time, we saw Leftovers lose that flag cap, yet not gain any map position.
They just kind of got pinned back. Didn't really make anything for losing that. It makes a lot of sense the way you just kind of explained that. Looking at Commonly though, as he pushes over towards that red flag, the Allegiance flag. He's able to pick up 1, spots L-Town mid-map, but look, he's going to be able to pick that up. Just had to throw the grenade and play for his life. The flag, of course, has been pulled, and Commonly may go for this counter pull himself. Just has to play for his life, but unfortunately, that grenade comes in and cleans him up. That's going to open up that base, but I believe, yep, flag just returned. So back to a bit of a slower couple of moments, I would expect, while both teams just try and get that perfect setup.
Yeah, and it's just a lot back and forth. And it seems like when I'm looking just on just this exact moment, it seems like L-Town and the squad are focusing more on the pink side of the map.
Okay.
I don't see them as much as far as like running the flag carbine, or even like worried as much about bubbles. I mean, this could just be me not having read into this entire match, but I just noticed like on that last play right there, we saw all 4 members just pushing all together on the exact same side. And we have a flagpole once again, and bomb sired 2 members jumping on it.
Yeah,
and just as I say that, quickly. It looks like Naded and the squad would run the flag towards Carbine 1. Now, we gotta wonder if that was a bit of a mistake by Naded just to jump right on it, but at the same time, he had a teammate who had Plasma Caster on bottom car, so he just felt like, guess what? My teammates right here, we're gonna make them try to stop this flag push, so I'm gonna keep pushing it all the way across the map.
And they have,
and it looks like it might be paying off as we see L-Town continuing this rally.
I think he's going to cap that Native with some great support. That should be a flag. That's going to be 2-1 now in favor of Allegiance. And as you said, it paid out. They just flooded that
it
flag.
Definitely paid off. Like I said, I first questioned that. It's just saying, like, it seemed like a bit premature to run the flag, but once we saw his team with Plasma Caster down there, I can understand his mindset there, and it paid off. And it looks like Spartan the Dog is down at bottom pink trying to get this camo, and I can't tell who's going to be able to control this one, but it is up it's been up for a second. And it looks like Kratos burned at the 520 mark, so we'll see if that comes into play at the 320 mark.
Cloud able to trade kills. That flag's going to be returned as well. I stayed on board with him just as we saw that flag pulled, but unfortunately not able to make anything from it. Looking now at Commonly's perspective, has the BR in hand. He's going to spot one top mid. That's going to be Kratos. Cleans him up with a headshot. Gets the jump up top mid as well. That's going to be the second to his left. That's going to be Suspectus. Should clean him up. Does so. But there is going to be one player in the back of his base, and I believe his teammate has just spotted him out. And Commonly more than happy to leave that one to his teammate as he tries to continuously put some pressure now on
Nate is still just being that nuisance at the enemy base. Now, the whole point being is we just saw 3 members of Allegiance get killed there, but they were all on the leftover side of the map. So the whole point being is they got all these kills, and look at, they're still back on their half of the map. They didn't take up any ground. Yep. So this is the way that last play played out makes me think that L-Town and the Allegiance squad are going to walk away with this game. Just because they are constantly aggressive. When they finally get some of these kills, when they're on the leftover side of the map, they're going to be able to get this flag cap.
Looking at Suspector, who's trying to go big defensively. He basically threw a grenade at his own feet, just trying to get that extra damage down. And it paid off as L-Town was able to come in there and clean up that kill. Energy sword.
Once again.
Oh, the sword from Kratos. He's able to pick up 2.
Commonly somehow gets a sick double, going down for the triple kill. And look at, these are the kind of plays that Leftover needs just to get out of their base. They got a triple kill, and they're not even halfway across the map yet. And look at, Nade's already putting pressure ping 2.
Commonly. That was just a great play, but as you said, didn't really amount to anything because it happened in his own base. That continuous pressure coming in right now from Allegiance is just continuously putting Leftovers on the back foot, and that's what you need when you're 2-1 up. You don't want to play slow, you don't want to allow the opposition to come to you. Just keep doing what you're doing because it clearly is working. 3 minutes, 24 seconds.
That's a great point, Benson, because many players get in this mindset like, oh, we are up 1 cap. We should just sit back on our side and defend our flag. That's the exact opposite of what you want to do. You want to still push out. It doesn't mean if you have the opponent's base that you have to pull the flag and run it. It just means that you're putting pressure and they have to kill you further out. So they have to kill you multiple times before they get a flag pull.
It gives you time to spawn in as well. You can keep a little bit of map control as opposed to just completely losing everything. And Commonly did actually pull that flag, dropped it out, and kind of baited it quite heavily. It seemed like no one from Allegiance was able to return that. Victory went for it. He was unable to get it. Now it's going to fall to Commonly once again. One player is going to jump on that return, and it will go back to home base. So still a 2-1 game in favor of Allegiance. 2 minutes 40 to go. On board with Nady with the BR as he tries to hunt down Spartan. Gets the melee. Nice stuff from him. And again, being continuously aggressive towards this leftover flag. It's causing them all sorts of problems defensively because now, even if they do pull the flag away in the final couple of minutes, they still have to worry about that pressure from Allegiance.
Yeah, and we just see this non-stop pressure. Even right now, Naded is crouch walking into the base behind Commonly. If he gets this kill, you can almost be sure that Naded's going to try to run a cap immediately. However, we see 2-on-2 numbers, and I think Nade might be smart enough to get this kill and hopefully stay alive as long as possible.
Commonly
Wasn't able to trade, but that's fine at this point. If you're Allegiance, you're fine with going trading for kills because time is on your side. They're eventually going to run out, and there's going to be no overtime possibility.
The victory now as someone directly in front of him. I believe that's going to be Kratos. Kratos did a good job of staying alive. Neither player able to pick up the kill. Flag has been pulled once again. Of course, this to tie up the game. Commonly picks up 1, and I believe he could actually now start to run that flag. Victory is in a great position to cover it. And are both flags away? No, that flag is still back at home.
Yeah, Allegiance actually got car side spawns, so they got the car bubble spawns, and they have a chance to push in and get these kills. But great ground pound flag cap by Spartan the Dog ties it up 2-2. Next cap's gonna win this game.
Do you reckon we're gonna reach overtime?
I think so. This game, if you go by the odds, it's been a 12-minute game with only 4 caps, so...
All right, you played the math.
More than 2 minutes per average per cap.
Okay, all right. Well, we will see. We will see. Flag not pulled, both at home. Looking at Kratos with 60 seconds left. Is he going to try and make the play? Going to need to pick up at least a couple of kills. Suspector gets one, and immediately Kratos starts to charge in towards the base. L-Town
the
with
last
another
two are
one.
stuck in the bubble here. These are huge. All 4 members down. They have bubble block. That means enemies are going to be spawned under the base or pink side, and that's probably the best situation you can hope for when you are when you run an opposing flag.
Kratos just needs to try and dodge those grenades. Puts the flag basically in. The grenades come in. He falls. Oh my goodness, the flag is right there. It's going to be catapult. Both flags down. Both flag carriers in a huge gunfight. Somehow the red flag is there. Both flags down once again. Can Suspector get there in time? His teammate is there. They're going to get the return. 20 seconds left. Surely this goes in. It does. And that is a victory for Allegiance. A crazy, crazy series of events right at the end of that CTF. But Walsh, I mean, what a flag cap.
I'm glad. So your voice started to go out as that whole scheme went down. That's good because my jaw was just dropped. I was just watching the whole exchange happen. I was like, oh. As each, like, that was unreal. Just could have been a split second either way. Could have gotten that flag recov, brought it back to neutral. But yes, a crazy exchange of events as they bring in that final flag.
Huge 27 kills from Suspector, by the way, in that game.
Jeez. Let me look at those stats. Yeah, 27 from Suspector.
Slain.
I believe I saw 21 from Kratos. I could be wrong.
It was 23 from Kratos, 18 from L-Town, and 23 from Naded as well. So everyone doing some serious work right there. But that is going to be Allegiance going 1-0 up in today's grand final. For now, we are going to head to a quick commercial break. When we return, though, we're jumping straight into Plaza Slayer. Be right back.
Halo has always been about playing with your old friends while making new ones. With the launch of Halo 5 Guardians, you'll be able to find or join like-minded Halo players in brand new ways, thanks to the introduction of Spartan Companies. Spartan Companies are groups you can create or join based on the types of players you want to play with. Whether you're looking for a regular team for Warzone matches or want to join a squad of super competitive players for Arena, finding the perfect Spartan Company is easy. You can browse existing groups, search for group types, or create your own. Choose wisely, as you can only be a member of one Spartan Company at a time. A Spartan Company gives up to 100 members access to private forums where they can plan schedules or discuss strategies. They can also see the service records of both.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the grand final of the second North American Online Qualifier. Benson joined by Walshy, giving you the action all day long. It's Leftovers versus Allegiance. Allegiance are 1-0 up in the best of 5. Now, though, heading over to Slayer Plaza. Walsh, who is going to be that player to watch off the bat?
I'm watching Victory X as he bounces the nade off his teammate's head, and this is helping out on this OS. And it looks like Nade was able to secure that first OS around the 11:53 mark. Now we're gonna have to see if they can come back from this, because as I said, when I looked at the game types and predicted this, I said if Allegiance won game 1, they were gonna 3-0 this series. I said if Allegiance didn't win game 1, they were still gonna win 3-2.
So either way, Allegiance is gonna win this. Is basically what you're saying. But
that's
victory.
But I've been wrong more than half the time today, so I'll take my predictions with a grain of salt.
It's fine. If you're right now, that's all that matters. People only remember the last prediction you ever do. As Naded actually managed to find a sniper rifle in his hand as the game is tied up at 4-4. Want to see what he can do with that. His teammates pushing in towards green. Commonly will somehow dodge the first sniper bullet, but Suspector just walks in and says,
Suspector takes down 2 with him, which is impressive. Wasn't it a 2-on-1 situation? Or, maybe it wasn't a 2-on-1 situation there. Either way, I had no idea how Spectre got 2 melee kills there without having died.
Very impressive. Has, of course, Naded watching carefully over him with that sniper rifle. As Naded actually able to pick up one. That lead slowly starts to extend. But as I say that, 2 instant kills from Leftovers. Brings it back to a 1-kill game, and Naded maybe caught with his pants down out in the open with a sniper rifle.
Great rotation by Naded. He doesn't wait for his shields to like start to recharge. He just gets away with that sniper. Once again, if these teams are looking into this map as thirds, you're looking into his yard, cafe, and sniper area. Once Naded's team lost the cafe area, he rotated over towards yard where he actually had some help.
Oh, nice snipe as well. Connects with victory. That's going to be the double. Looks to see if he can hunt out the triple. Player will just jump up elevated. Goes for the no-scope. Misses, though. And decides, hey, I probably shouldn't go for the hero play. I have enough montages myself. Don't need to go for another one. But may actually peek for another no-scope. Not able to connect with this. And
this is aggressive. I didn't see how much ammo he's left in his snipe. I assume he must be low on ammo. Otherwise, he's not in the situation, I feel like.
Yep, he's run out of bullets. And don't get turned on. Okay, Kratos to
and new OS got to be up any second right now. Did just pop a second ago? I don't know. I thought it was like 9:53. It should have been back up. And I did not see who grabbed it, if anyone did. So
may have been burned.
Yeah, my guess is it had to be a burn. I rotated through everyone's screen, did not see it overshield at anyone.
Oh, yeah. We'll see when that one comes up in a couple of minutes' time. Who will be able to get control. This one, pretty close game as of right now, 19-14 in favor of course, Allegiance. As I'm going to head over towards who's setting up by sniper rifle. It's going to be Suspector. So Suspector has 15 seconds before that snipe pops, and a play directly to his right-hand side.
And
crouch
fight.
Spawn should be dead for rights. Is dead for rights, and Suspector stays alive. That sniper rifle up any second now. If he can get this, he needs some help from his teammates though. And he immediately just tries to.
I think Suspector would ideally like to have. He would like to have snipe side here and have cafe. So that's what I hope his teammates are going for, because that seems to be the most comfortable sniping position. But it looks like they're opting just to kind of hold that that curve, like that U area, right by yard.
Surprised to see Cloud peek that. He had to know Suspector had sniper rifle. That seemed kind of crazy. You know he's going to be watching over towards
At some point
Cafe.
you have to start making this move. See how Suspector is unsure if his back is watched right now? He doesn't know if someone's bottom middle side. He doesn't know if someone's over by the BR.
Right.
And looks like Cloud is trying to make that distance. Now he should know. Suspector should definitely know that his lower area is clear. He now has L-Town, aka Stall, watching down low.
Oh, he's going to get tagged up though. Goes to the no-scope. Misses.
And here's that pinch that's so scary that Suspector was trying to watch the entire time. He was hoping that no one would flank from down low on him. And calmly did the damage that needs to be done. Sniper's not going to be in any comfortable position for any time soon. This is going to be those chaotic scramble times that we've seen so many times.
And just a Suspector turned around, a grenade landed at his feet. It almost looked as if he considered trying to run over towards that ramp and get back towards his teammates, but he was so far in the opening, he knew there was going to be a couple of players chasing him. He just tried to stay alive for as long as he possibly could, but that sniper rifle is of course going to be down. And curious to see if anyone has managed to reach it and pick it up. Staying with Suspector through the respawn there. He has that BR. He will get one before being traded. Did you see anyone pick up that sniper rifle?
No, I saw commonly moving near it, but I never saw it in his hands exactly. And it looks like when I looked on the dead body from a third-person point of view, it looked like it was gone. So
okay. I
don't see it in anyone's hands. It may have despawned.
Well, we'll see. OS should be up in the next, is it 30 seconds?
Yeah, it should have been up. Actually, it should have been up around like the 750 mark. I think we may have messed that one up. May have been another burned OS because I did not see any action
I didn't see anyone with it either.
Yep. So it's got to be off by just a little bit. We may have been off a little bit.
It's fine. It's 34-24 game in favor of Allegiance still, as Spartan trying to get something going, but grenades are going to come flying in towards him. And Spartan just good job of dipping out there. Doesn't want to get caught out here, but that lead is slowly starting to grow from Allegiance, and I think you may have called this one pretty well, Walsh, saying if Allegiance picked
well, like I said, you asked me before, just without knowing the game types, I think I predicted leftovers 3-1.
Yep,
and then after seeing the game types, like I said, I predicted Allegiance 3-0 or 3-2, and so as of now, I'm committed to that 3-0 based on the game types.
They're playing this one pretty much perfectly, to their credit. Spartan able to pick up one, sees Kratos mid-map. He is going to be able to get that trade, but when you're down 10 kills, trades are not beneficial at all. In fact, make that 11 kills as Allegiance slowly start to pull away. The sniper rifle up in 10 seconds. L-Town in a position to try and help his teammates out. He's definitely not going to be able to track back, but should at least be able to buy his teammate enough time to pick that up. In natural fact, kills going in everywhere. This is a pivotal point
right now for and all four members were down just for a second for leftovers. I was gonna say this pivotal moment because OS is gonna be up soon. Sniper just came up, and it looks like Overshield and Sniper are both in the hands of Nated.
Yep.
Sorry, leftovers. Yep. We're at the 5:38 mark right now, and Nated is getting aggressive with these weapons. We've seen before when he's backing away, running away when he has these weapons, just trying to not get him in the enemy's hands. But now he realizes they're up by so much, and you gotta hope that he doesn't get a little too cocky because it could turn around. But at the same time, 15 kill deficit is no joke in Team Slayer.
Yeah, that's huge. Still has the sniper in his hand, but lost that OS trying to be a little flashy. Gets one up top. That's going to be Cloud. 18 kill lead now. Can they finishes off 20 kills up. That's going to be the question. Naded looking over towards Yard. Don't think anyone is going to be spawning out there, so I'm going to change player, see if we can find those last couple of kills on board with L-Town. They have him trapped over towards that sniper area. Pushing out though. L-Town up top. Maybe able to get this kill from behind Victory. And that grenade OP, no. Suspected picks up one. They're hanging on by the skin of their teeth, but this game, Walsh, pretty much over.
It's over.
There it is. 2-0 Allegiance in today's grand final, 50-33. A dominating performance. Again, looking at those stats, Suspected dropped 16 kills, 6 assists, 9 assists coming in from L-Town. Kratos, 10 assists, 9 kills. Just overall, a great map from Allegiance. Just minimalized the mistakes, I think it's fair to say, and just played that one pretty standard.
Yeah, that's one that it's really tough to... It's much tougher to get punished for being passive on a map like Plaza compared to something like Empire. The reason being is you can't really get swarmed from location to location on Plaza without being able to kind of isolate and I guess avoid cross-map fire.
Right.
For example, if you and your team spawn in Yard, somehow the other team has to coordinate and push in from the bottom stairs. They have to push in from Cafe. They have to push in from Light Rifle, all simultaneously while not getting picked off or getting hit in individual fights, which is really tough to coordinate. Whereas you look at like a map like Empire, someone could be top center, someone could be like top tower, or even outside, lay down shots in any of the bases and back down once they get weak and create those opportunities for your teammates to swarm. So that's why I feel like passiveness is very favorable in a game type like Plaza Slayer.
Well, Allegiance, as you said, 2-0 up. Played that one pretty much perfectly. So for now, we're going to get a quick commercial break. When we return, though, we're going to gamble Breakout, where Allegiance could potentially end it all. Be right back.
Is this what you wanted? Is this what you were looking for? Was everything you've compromised, everything you've done, worth it? Was it? You've completed your mission, Spartan Lock.
Welcome back, lovely people of the internet. It's the grand final time of the second North American online qualifier for the Halo World Championship. We're jumping straight into the action. It's map number 3. We're headed to Breakout. Walsh, is this where Allegiance ended all? You had it at a 3-0. You still confident?
After seeing how Allegiance's passiveness and how well they worked together in previous Breakout game type, I had to give them the, I don't know, I guess the lead or the advantage on this one. Where you jumped on with right off the bat, because I'm watching L-Town, who is sitting up top near that camo, and deciding about when's a good time to go grab that, because it looks like a tempting piece of candy, and now is the time as he grabs that camo.
Piece of candy.
This is going to give Allegiance a great lead. Not only does he have camo, but they have a 2-1 lead. Let's see how they play this out.
This should be their round to throw away. Last man standing is going to be Commonly. I said before, Commonly is a god. Let's see if he can make a godlike 1 versus 2 clutch spots. One up by Camo, but he's going to get completely baited out. One shot and does fall. Allegiance starting off nicely.
That was a brilliant play with the camo. So one thing I just want to highlight there is they watched their side. They realized, all right, no one's on our half. I'm going to push over to the opposite half, see if we see anyone. So they had their camo player push all the way to the opposite side of the map and see if they could find where Commonly was at. Once they spotted him, they were able to get some easy crossfire, the 2v1, and end the round.
Looking at Naded off the break as 2 players already fall for leftovers. Not the best start to the round, or the start they would have wanted. Naded's going to grab Camo, and he's just going to take his time now as they have that numerical advantage. They can really work it. You know, both players.
Did you have the screen on Naded when he was grabbing that camo?
I did.
Because what he did was so perfect. He slid to grab the camo and then thrust it away. So he made his appearance for so little. There's so many times when this game first came out, the players would be sprinting over to grab the camo, fully standing up, and they were just vulnerable. They could easily be picked off, and Naded just shows that even if his opponent's watching the camo at that moment, he can grab that and get away.
Yep, very nice mechanics, I guess is the best way of explaining it. Beautiful play from him. And it's the small things like that which kind of make a big difference in those situations, because you're perfectly right. How many times you just get DMR'd when you're trying to play for that camo? It can be pretty frustrating, but the beginning of round number 3, speaking of DMR, I'm on board with Kratos, who actually just got pistoled cross-match.
Yeah, that was a great bait and switch by Commonly and Spartan the Dog. Commonly had taken a couple shots over the opposite DMR tower, and Spartan the Dog just jumped out what seemed like from the camo ramp and was able to finish off Kratos, who was still challenging that fight. And that was a 4-to-1 round there, yeah.
I blinked and I missed it. First round there for leftovers. Sorry, they still do have some life, of course. They're guaranteed top 2, but you want to walk away with all the marbles. 5,000 points and $1,000 on the line.
Let's be honest, the teams are so excited about those points.
Absolutely.
Everyone has their eyes on this Halo World Championship. $2 million prize pool, the biggest Halo prize pool we've ever seen.
And potentially rising, too.
Yes, and rising, because I'm definitely buying more gold packs.
I'm going to keep buying them until I get my gold pistol, put it that way. One player already down, though, 4 leftovers to make that 2 players down. Cloud stuck in a pretty tricky situation. As Commonly picks up 1 nade, it does clean up Cloud. And Kratos should be able to put a couple of shots down. If need be, doesn't even need to bother. Round 4 victory. Allegiance slowly but surely starting to walk away with this one.
And I don't want to say I called it, but
but you called it.
No, it's so odd, because I talk about how this Allegiance squad is so passive, but seems like here on the Camel side of Gamble, they have just really good grenades. And Spartan the Dog with the sickest starting grenade hits L-Town Suspector with a double kill. Nated the only one alive. Gonna see if he can do anything here, but it's a 1v4. I was just praising the Allegiance starting strat. It just seemed like they had really good nades on the Camel side, which they had Kratos throwing from DMR side, and they had players like L-Town and Suspector throwing them right from Camel side. But yeah, that time looks like leftovers must have slightly adjusted because they got away with it.
That was a fantastic starting nade, like you pointed out as well from Spartan. Picks up 2. L-Town with a nice grenade of his own beginning of this round. Forces a 4 versus 3 advantage. Kratos in a bit of a sticky situation. He will fall. Commonly managed to pick him up cross map with the DMR. 3 versus 2. Spectre is going to fall, and as a spawn, so 2 versus 1 now. Camo in the hands of Naded, who is going to spot that last man. It's going to be Victory, who's right at the back of the map with that DMR. Can he clutch this 1 versus 2? This would be big for leftovers.
I like this play by Nated. Nated does not even grab the flag. He's just looking for the kill, because he realizes that the opponents at the DMR side, it's not like they're going to sneak a cap in at this point. The whole point of pulling the objective and pushing up is when you have a player hiding like Cam is right now, and that was so sneaky by Victory. Just snuck right underneath. Nated. Brilliant play by Victory.
I can't believe he's got away with that.
Here.
Both players are directly behind Victory at this point. Let's find exactly where they're. One is above, and L-Town at the back of the base. They are just walking around saying,
where did he go?
Did he just bamboozle us like that? Did we just get juked out? Because yeah, boys, you did. But Victory's going to be in a pretty tough position still to try and clutch this. 36 seconds. Oh, no. He thought he was going to get away with it.
Punch in the face.
And then he just got slapped across the face, basically, is what just happened.
You hate to see it happen.
You do. You do. Allegiance 4-2 up now. 1 round away from being today's champions.
I was like watching a horror film, man. He's like, run! Don't stay there! Get out of there! He's coming!
And then all of a sudden, he
yep,
gets slapped. But
an imminent death.
Pretty much. Looking at the start, on board with Naded for Allegiance. Can he start this round off nicely? Picks up 1 with a trade. So 3 versus 3. Victory. What can he do?
It's just straight like bait switching and team shotting over here on the Camel side, because we had an even 3 members of each squad on Camel side, and it went in the favor of Allegiance. They are now up 3-2 in this possible final round.
Victory is getting very aggressive with the SMG, recognizes he needs to try and make a play, but unfortunately got pretty poor timing. Play directly behind him, throws out the grenade. That's not going to be enough to pick up the kill, and he will get tagged from the right-hand side. Top camo, unfortunate positioning from him, and that's going to force a 2 versus 1. Commonly was in the 1 versus 3. This could be a huge clutch from him, but it is not going to come out. And Allegiance, as Walshy called, will pick up the 3-0 in today's grand final, walk away with 5,000 points each, and of course, $1,000 for their efforts. How did you predict that one, Walsh? What was the giveaway for you?
Just having seen Allegiance's breakout play, they seemed very well organized, and the fact that they seemed a lot more, they play a lot slower and more methodical when it came to a Team Slayer game type. And so seeing Plaza, that was the only thing. And like I said, Truth could have gone either way. Like Truth, I had no idea who to favor there. I did not say Allegiance for sure was going to win Truth CTF. I didn't call it as a clean 3-0. It's kind of a cheat 3-0. I said, like, depending on how Truth goes, you know. So cheating 3-0 I got, but
the call is still the call. As you said, in Truth CTF, we saw a 3-2, ended in dramatic fashion as the flag with, I think it was, what, 20 seconds before overtime gets run in for Allegiance. Then we go over to Plaza Slayer. Much more convincing game from them there as they picked up the win, 50 kills to just 33. And then that Gamble breakout, very, very convincing 5-2 victory for them. And once again, a big congratulations to Allegiance, today's champions. As I said, just fantastic for them. They pick up a whole boatload worth of points, $1,000 as well. And it just makes it even more interesting. These online qualifiers are just going to get better and better, Walshy, as we get further and further along, because the points are going to become so important. Of course, we saw Evil Geniuses crash out in the semifinals. CLG crashed out in the semifinals. Let's not forget Envious in the round of 32, I believe, getting knocked out with Optic Halo. So some big names crashing out early, and some other names that we saw do pretty well last week, getting even placements, I think it's fair to say. Evil Geniuses maybe upset not making it to the grand final, but still going to walk away with a fair amount of points. CLG, same with them. Once again, I believe it was Team Liquid finishing in the top 8, so props to them with another good point tally. Be curious to find out, going into the online qualifier number 3, where the teams actually stand overall. That to me is going to be the interesting thing. I believe the
Halo community has always been so good about updating things like that, so I wouldn't be surprised if, like, 5 minutes after we're done with the stream, I get a tweet like, here's the updated brackets, here's who's gonna meet in like round of 16 or round of 8.
Right.
So,
but it's been a fantastic day. Walshy, massive thank you to you for hopping on, joining me all day. It's been a great day of Halo 5 Guardians. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it as well. Be sure to follow the stream on twitch.tv/Halo so you can be updated of every time the stream goes live. But for myself and Walshy, that is going to conclude today's stream. Hopefully you guys had fun. It's been a good day. Congratulations once again to Allegiance, champions of the second online qualifier.